The electric pickup truck market is shaping up to be a major automotive battleground in 2022, and Ford just released their champion into the world this month, the all-electric F-150 Lightning. The new pickup has some pretty compelling features to offer, and it's already garnered a lot of attention from both EV enthusiasts and traditional Ford fans as well. Even the President of the United States took it out for a rip. This is easily the most important electric vehicle announcement of this year. If for nothing else, then the Ford F-150 is the most popular vehicle in the entire United States of America and has maintained that title for something like 40 years. And this is the year that vehicle goes electric. That's a historic event. So let's talk about what the new F-150 means for electric vehicles right now. Hey Elonites and Musketeers, welcome to the Tesla space where we share the latest news, rumors, and insights into all things Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon Musk. So Ford is a bit of a sleeper company when it comes to electric vehicles. They've only released one compelling EV so far, the Mustang Mach-E, but it is a really good one. The Mach-E crossover SUV has been universally loved by automotive journalists and the general public alike, even though it has nearly nothing to do with the Mustang sports car that it's named for. Ford has sold around 30,000 units since the car launched last year, nowhere near Tesla Model Y sales, but pretty good for an electric car that has the word Ford on it. Now, Ford is springboarding straight into creating an electric version of the best-selling vehicle in North America. In the year 2019, Ford sold around 900,000 units of the F-150 pickup. So clearly, they've got a lot on the line with this new design. So far, so good, as they've been able to secure over 70,000 Lightning pre-orders at the time we're writing this. Obviously, Ford is still going to build gasoline and diesel-powered trucks for the foreseeable future, but the F-150 is a clear sign of things to come as Ford aims to convert around half of their vehicle sales to electric by the end of this decade. The announcement of the F-150 Lightning happens to coincide with a new announcement from the US government regarding EV tax credits. The Senate Finance Committee has advanced a bill that would not only reinstate the $7,500 tax credit for all EV sales in America with no production caps, but it would also grant further tax credits up to $12,500. But there's a catch. So the tax credit moves up to $10,000 if the car is made in the USA. But to get the full $12,500, the car has to be made in the US by unionized workers. For a company like Ford, that is great news, as they've had worker unions for decades. They'll qualify for the full amount, while a company like Tesla, who does not allow their workers to unionize, they'll be stuck with the $10,000 credit. Also, the new tax credit program will not apply to any vehicle with a sticker price that is higher than $80,000 US. I'm sure there's no coincidence that these two big announcements for American-made electric vehicles came within about a week of each other. And I'm sure it's also no coincidence that Joe Biden was on hand to launch the new EV production facility at Ford's Rouge factory in Dearborn, Michigan. Apparently, it wasn't actually part of the plan to have Biden drive the truck that day, but the president was like, hey, I'm a car guy, I want to drive that truck. And everyone just went along with it because, well, he's the president. It's been reported that when Ford CEO Jim Farley put Biden behind the wheel, he told him, just mash the throttle. The thing is super fast, Mr. President. Give it full throttle. It's really fun to drive. Joe obliged, and the press gallery took videos of the president flooring it and taking off like a rocket. Biden famously remarked, "This sucker's quick," after ripping around the Ford test track for a little while. It was all really fun to see, and this is a great sign for the future of electric cars in America. Just for the record, I'm Canadian. I don't have a horse in the political race down there. You guys all do you, but we're not going to really dive into any of that right now. We learned some other cool stuff about Ford's new EV production from coverage of the president's visit. Not only have Ford built a new facility at their F-150 plant to make electric vehicles, but they have also converted the Van Dyke transmission plant in Sterling Heights, Michigan to make electric motors for the new F-150 Lightning. Previously, Ford was buying all of their electric motors from other suppliers. Going forward, that will be vertically integrated, which is great. The new F-150 Lightning was designed by Ford chief engineer Linda Zhang. She's been working at Ford from the time she was just 19 years old and worked steadily through the ranks, all while studying at the University of Michigan to earn a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, a Master of Science in Computer Engineering, and an MBA. So it is no surprise that the design of the new truck is really smart and modern while still being unmistakably a Ford truck. Zhang focused on giving the Lightning perfect weight distribution, something that every other pickup truck really struggles with. They're all extremely front heavy, and that negatively affects the handling and traction capabilities. The electric F-150 will be a completely different beast, much easier to drive and fast. The fastest F-150 ever made with a 0 to 60 of 4.5 seconds, even faster than the current Raptor edition with a twin turbocharged V6 engine. Oh, by the way, how about that Tesla Space newsletter? You heard about it? Probably, definitely. It's awesome. Go sign up, link in the description. As weird as this is to say, the Frunk is easily my favorite part of this whole truck. Ford calls it the Mega Power Frunk, which is hilarious. It's just really well thought out and designed and is the kind of feature that only an electric vehicle can offer. So the entire massive compartment that would typically house the V8 engine of the F-150 has been converted into a full-featured front trunk space. The entire front section of the truck lifts automatically with a powered gate to reveal a deep and tall storage space that looks surprisingly easy to get stuff in and out of. Like I said, it's the clever design that really sets this apart. First off, it solves the biggest problem with trying to store stuff in a pickup truck. The bed offers tons of space, but there's no security or protection from the elements. You can add lock boxes to store tools, but they take away from the bed space. You can add covers for the bed, but they're not very convenient. The front trunk is going to be ideal for storing toolboxes or groceries, but it's just as versatile as the rear space. With a seamless watertight design and drain plug in the bottom, you can throw whatever the hell you want in there and just hose it out later. On the tech side of things, in the Frunk, there are 4 AC power outlets with 120 volts, and there are 2 USB ports as well in there. The possibilities are endless here. You could use the Frunk to charge batteries for power tools, run a table saw on a job site, keep a laptop running, power a campsite or tailgate party. The truck works flawlessly as a generator. There are also 2 AC plugs in the cabin and a bunch more in the bed. The big battery version of the F-150 can even power your house with the supplied inverter from Ford and store enough power for about 3 days in the case of an emergency. Speaking of battery, Ford is keeping it nice and simple with the powertrain options for now. Every version of the Lightning so far comes with 2 electric motors and all-wheel drive. The only choice to make is whether you want the standard range battery or the long range. Standard battery pack gives the truck around 230 miles of range, 426 horsepower, and 7,700 pounds of max towing capacity. Bumping up to long range costs an extra 10 grand, but unlocks about 300 miles of range, 563 horsepower, and 10,000 pounds of towing capacity. Now, the long range doesn't sound like all that much by today's standards. 300 miles is okay, but not amazing. But it's been said that Ford is advertising the EPA range with 1,000 pounds of cargo in the truck. So keep that in mind right now. It's 300 miles if the truck is loaded up with stuff. If the truck is not loaded up with cargo, then the range will be much higher than that. Some people have guessed that the real best case scenario range is probably closer to 460 miles. I think Ford is being very careful to set realistic expectations with their advertising claims right now, and that's pretty smart. I like that. They know that the whole point of a pickup truck is to carry stuff and tow things, and they want to establish a range estimate that reflects these real-world scenarios, even if it might hurt them on the marketing side of things. If that is true, then props to Ford for that one. That takes guts. Both battery packs are capable of DC fast charging. Ford is saying that you should be able to charge from 15 to 80% battery in around 45 minutes in the best case scenario. Charging at home with a standard 120 outlet and the supplied Ford mobile charger, you're looking 14 to 19 hours to get from 15 to 80%. We know that 230 miles of range is not very much, but Ford have actually taken a very considered approach with their choice in battery size. Ford did some research and found that for the average F-150 commercial customer in the US, people who use the truck for work, 95% of their daily travel is less than 174 miles, which means that even the base version should be enough for many applications. We know that Ford is planning to sell a lot of these Lightning trucks to their commercial customers, either governments or companies that will buy whole fleets of the vehicles, so they need to keep the entry cost as low as possible while still being a practical choice. For people who feel they need the extra range, they have the choice to buy the larger battery pack. Obviously, the opportunity for fuel savings will make this a really compelling choice for anyone who uses their truck for work. Ford is trying to sweeten the deal even further by claiming that the electric pickup will reduce maintenance costs by around 40% over the first 8 years of ownership of 100,000 miles. Now, something that I really like about the way that Ford is launching this new truck is that they are doing the opposite of their competition with choosing what option packages to ship first. EV companies have a tendency to prioritize the high-end, high-performance version of the car and ship that out to customers first, with the base model coming sometime months later. Look at the Cybertruck. If you want the single motor variant of that truck, you'll be waiting a year longer than people who ordered the tri-motor version. Ford is launching the electric F-150 with the Pro version and the XLT shipping in spring of 2022. All variations come with 4 doors and a 5.5-foot bed. The Lightning Pro is targeted for commercial purposes only. It's not for the average consumer, while the Pro F-150 will have very minimal options and come with basic vinyl seats that will be durable and easy to clean. For the average Joe, there will be the XLT version available at launch. You can get into one for around 55 grand at the low end, and you can add just about any option you like to pimp it up a bit. Then there are higher end trims that will come later in 2022, the Lariat and the Platinum. The high-end features exclusive to the premium trims are things like bigger display screens, bigger wheels, retractable running boards, better sound systems, and access to Ford's Blue Cruise semi-autonomous driving software. Personally, I think it is a great thing to see Ford making a compelling and affordable, work-ready pickup truck on an EV platform. If you follow the channel, you know I'm a Tesla owner with a Cybertruck already on order, so that's my choice, but I'm a YouTuber, not a construction worker. Just because the Cybertruck is right for me doesn't mean it's the truck for everyone. And Ford has made a lot of considerations with working applications in mind that I don't think Tesla has made or are interested in making. Let us know what you all think in the comments below. Is this a good effort from Ford on a much anticipated EV, or are you disappointed? Lightning or Cybertruck? Comment below. Don't forget to sign up for the Tesla Space newsletter. We deliver all the updates on Tesla, SpaceX, Elon Musk, and of course Neuralink in a quick, fun, and easy to read package. Link to join is in the description below. It's theteslaspace.com. Once you sign up, be sure to check your promotions tab to make sure our emails are going to your main inbox. If you want to continue to learn about everything regarding Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon Musk, we've got 2 more video options for you on the screen to check out. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up today if you liked it, and subscribe to our channel for weekly content just like this.